Good morning. Welcome to today's vlog. Just had a couple of news stories to talk about with you today. I wanted to start off with a topic that I have been talking about for the past few vlogs, and that is the Occupy Wall Street movement. If you haven't heard the story, groups of protesters have begun gathering in Wall Street to protest the 1%, as they like to say. They're protesting that they, the 99%, are sick of the 1% that controls the wealth. So that's the story in a nutshell. There's a lot of people with different views that are part of that movement, but what's in the news today is that it has spread once again. We had protests show up in Washington, D.C., as well as Portland, Oregon over the weekend, and the one in Portland, Oregon was actually, huge, way bigger than the Wall Street one, so, that's pretty impressive. There's something like 10,000 people there over the weekend, so wow. I mean, I saw a picture and it was just, there's one street, sidewalk to sidewalk for half a mile maybe, that was just all people. Crazy. I'll put a link in the sub bar to that actual news article that has the image there so you guys can take a look. Next up is a discovery that the source of Earth's water could be from comets. Weird turn from protest news, I know, but I like the science and tech news quite a bit. So, I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but they measure what they did was as comets are flying by, they've been measuring several things about the comets, but one that they're specifically looking into now is the content of a certain chemical in the water that's on the comet. And what they're finding is that most comets have double this chemical, have about double as much as the oceans on Earth. And they just found that Halley 2, the comet, actually has similar to the Earth's oceans. So they're guessing that water on the Earth could have come from celestial objects like comets or asteroids or whatnot, and as those crashed into the Earth, the water was dispersed and so on. Now we have oceans. Interesting. But yeah, so that's it for that story. And last but not least, the one that everyone's really talking about is that Steve Jobs passed away. And, I'll be honest, I haven't been a huge Apple user over the years, but in the last 2 weeks, I just got my first iPhone, and I can tell you that it is the best single device that I have ever used. So I'm happy that a man with such great vision and such prestige around the world, like Steve Jobs, is able to have his legacy continue through the device or devices that he helped create. So I think that's the best honor for him, is that, we've all become so enthralled with his products, the iPhone, the Mac, and, yeah. everything. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to do on Steve Jobs was just read a quick quote from Barack Obama, and I think that this quote really says a lot about Steve Jobs. So here we go. Steve was among the greatest of American innovators, brave enough to think differently, bold enough to believe he could change the world, and talented enough to do it. And I think that quote really says a lot about Steve Jobs, because he really did change the world. And that's something that his family can live on with. Okay, enough about that. Hope you guys enjoyed my vlog today. Occupy Wall Street, comets bringing water to Earth, and Steve Jobs. That's all I got for you today. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you later.